Am I on? Ah, I'm on now. Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Fantastic to be back here in, where am I? Manchester. I was almost say Birmingham. Manchester. Um, so I've got a couple of models ready for you. My first model, really, I want to talk about the color we've done and about the curl. So she's got, she has a lot of, she had a lot of bleach on her hair, and I've been working with Osteja for quite a while, and we were really trying to find interesting color without bleaching her hair anymore. So we are using the bleach end, to create the beautiful pastel, but on the roots we keep doing more high lifted tint and really creating these interesting colors. So what I've done, color is a bit like, in terms of if you want to achieve a sort of a lilac-y, strong purpley, you've got to really, I mean, what I wanted was to do a rose gold. So rose gold is a copper and a pink, really. So on my roots, I've got a base of a 9, 20, 23. So if you think of colors as number, 2 is a violet, 3 is a gold. I then mixed it with a mixed tone of gray, so 012. And then I put a tiny bit of violet, 5520. And that gives me that really beautiful sort of lilac-y, purpley kind of tone. On a mid-length, you can see it better on that piece there. On a mid-length, I keep it a peachy color. So to achieve the peachy color, I took a high lifted tint, and with the high lift, it had gold in it, so 1023. And then I also added some, I added some chromatic orange color. But again, the mixture, the wet ratio is obviously just a little bit of chromatic. And then on the end, to get the nice silvery, it's a 1001 with, again, 12. So 12 is a really, the strong gray. And when you apply this color, it's really important that you really merge the color one onto the other. Now, at the moment, I think in salon, we're really lucky because we've got clients are actually asking this kind of tone. And it's a lot of fun to do in the salon. So, and then I use my new tool to curl her hair. What's it called already? Hot Tools. Absolutely brilliant. I feel like I've got a gun, so it's really good. Right. So here we are. So if I can bring on my second model. Okay, for the second model, I just wanted to have a little bit more fun and really create sort of high hairstyle. So I've prepped the hair with doing a little bit of crimping, just so that it gives me a nice texture to work with. I put a couple of donuts in the middle, and then created the ponytail. Okay, so, and what I've got here ready, these are cable tire, so it's going to really hold my hair in a really solid way. Sorry about that, I'm good. Cable tire are really in a good way to secure a ponytail. Okay. Yeah. Right, so, okay. Right. So the hair I've used there to prepare the ponytail is just sort of, sorry about that. Shame about the pretty face, you see, so I just hide it, sorry. Right, here we are. Okay, so I prepared the hairpiece, you'll see, and I've hidden sort of colors in the middle there. And actually, this is a synthetic hair, but to achieve this color, it's the first time I do it, but I use spray paint on it. Not for hair, just spray paint, I think it's acrylic paint. But it worked really well on this kind of hair, and I was able to blend all the color really nicely together. Right, so... Right. 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 So what's interesting now is to really create this really cool shape. Is the clippers here? Clippers. Right. Okay. So I created the base with the ponytail and the donut, and now I'm able to create this really interesting shape onto a hair. No, not that one. Right, so if I just turn you sideways so people could see what I'm doing. So it's really trying to really create this sort of interesting shape there. Okay. I'm lucky, I get involved in a lot of photo shoot where I'm sort of doing a bit of a sort of editorial look, and that's the look I did this week on the shoot with the model, and I thought, okay, that looks fun, I'm going to do that for you today. So right. Okay. 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 So make sure I don't cut her hair. But right, so, and then now I'm just going to manipulate the hair a little bit so I can get those color to come through. So, right. Yeah, so all my colors are in there. So by manipulating the hair there, I'm just showing them. Sorry, not your hair. Okay, so I'm just really pulling the hair apart there so I can see that little bit that's cool colors coming through the hairpiece. Okay. So that hair is very synthetic hair. You get it in any sort of Afro-Caribbean shop, and they're a lot of fun to work with. It's also very cheap, so that's nice to be creative with it.
You're nearly wrapping up now, Anne.
Oh, right, okay. Sorry. I was wondering when you would come in. I'm almost done. Almost done.
I'm always watching your work on the VT at the back. You just amaze me with what you do. But I know that you haven't got long now. She's amazing, isn't she, everyone?
Yeah.
And I absolutely love the styling. So I'm just going to give a big up for Bernard Connolly, who's just stood right there, leaning on the post, everyone. He works really hard for the fellowship, styling a lot of the projects and people that come on this stage. So thank you.
Right, almost there.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Just really to complete the look with a little bit of spray. It's not spray paint this time, it is proper stuff for hair. Right.
Wow, and it looks amazing. Can you believe she's done this in 15 minutes? Like, it's just transformed. It's incredible.
Right. Done. No, that's fine. Okay, if we can have some music. Thank you very much, everyone.
I'm just going to move that wire. Yeah. Put your hands together for Amvek.
Are we on? We
Yeah,
are.
we
Can
are.
you hear me?
Lovely.
Hi, everybody.
Hello!
Hi.
Hi.
Is there anyone out there?
Hi.
Is anyone here?
I recognise some faces from the men's stage a few minutes ago. It's nice.
So, hi, everybody. Thanks for coming on to this. We're Simon Webster here from Brighton. Sorry. Thought it was an echo. We're Simon Webster here from Brighton. We're a team of 20 stylists in Brighton, and we're a mixture of salon, session and industry hairdressers. And we're also members, obviously, of the Fellowship. But what we brought you today, we saw the VT. That was our latest collection, which is New England. So we've drawn an inspiration from all different cultures through Brighton, where you'll get some of the locals have sort of grabbed on the 60s, the 80s, and 90s, and they kind of twist it all around and create their own look. And these are 3 looks we've created from that collection. So I'll pass you over to Dan.
Hello. So, what did everyone think of the video? Did you see it just before we came out? Really good. We're really proud of it. We shot it in Brighton. Most of our models are Brighton-based as well because we wanted those personalities to be shining through in the collection. We wanted those individuals to have their own characters in the collection. So this is my model here, Alice. You'll probably recognise her from the video in that amazing yellow fur coat. That day when we filmed it, it was absolutely freezing and we had them all outside, so they did very well. So my look was inspired by the new take on the kind of rave culture that's happening now. Obviously, rave was big in the early to mid 90s. And obviously we know these trends move in about 20-year circles. So we're looking at about 20 years since the 90s, so we're starting to see these things coming back. So the character we had for Alice was this, like, she's just left the rave, it's freezing cold, she's about to go she's waiting for the first train home. And we kind of we work with the colour in a way. I love it when it almost looks like they've coloured it themselves. I think that's almost a bit of a micro trend within colour now, is that you don't want it to look too perfect. You almost want it to look like they've got some colour or they've got some bleach and they've just done it themselves in their bathroom at home. So that was kind of the inspiration for Alice. Yes.
Hello everybody, my name's Laura and I'm a brand ambassador at Simon Webster Hair. Just to add to what Simon and Dan have already said, we are so excited to be launching this collection with you today. We haven't actually shared this at all, not even with our team. No. So you are really the first people to see it. So again, to add to what the guys said already, this inspiration has really, this collection has really been inspired by so many different cultures, and how nowadays people are taking little snippets from lots of different trends to make their own trend. Okay, so from all through the eras, all different cultures, all different style tribes. So today I'm going to be working on my model Zara. We're working with curly hair and a colouring technique, which I'm going to come to a little bit later on. But first of all, we'll see what Simon's doing over there. It looks pretty cool.
Thank you, Laura. Yeah. So I don't know if you saw us just over on the men's stage. I was working with Lindy for this collection. And what we're talking about is a lot of clients, we get clients coming in, women having come really short hair. And they say, well, why am I paying so much more to have my hair cut? It's the same haircut as my boyfriend has. So we made the conscious decision about a year ago to go gender-free on our prices. And particularly, during the 80s, this is the haircut I did day in, day out. Through the rockabilly scene, the psychobilly scene, we were doing these really massive, wacky flat tops and creating these fantastic textures. But time's moved on. So we're now working on this look today is purely for the inspiration I got for this was 1980s hip hop and Grace Jones. And I don't know if you saw from the video we saw at the Raw video, this was a complete transformation for when Lindy came into me. So this is the look we're working on now. So I hope you like it. So what I'm actually doing is I'm just breaking up a parting within this hair on this flat top, and then we're going to create a really nice shape in there and just have a little play around with it really to show you how diverse this hair is.
Okay.
Get on, Dan.
So, obviously, we're stage hopping and we're model model swapping and everything. It's very exciting. So what I've done is I've obviously we don't want our models to leave here at the end of the day with no hair. So I've just adapted the cut a little bit here for this stage. I've rounded off this area here to give that kind of chunky fringe. Again, I almost want it to look like she's cut it herself. I'm going to use a blend of products again against working with KMS. I don't know if you have any experience with KMS. It's a really fab product line, really great for creating lots of nice different textures in the hair, depending on what you want.
Cool. So, like I said earlier, I've chosen a couple of different trends to be inspired for my look today. The two trends that I've been looking at is the idea of Japanese street style and also, you know, the very famous trend punk. I feel like Japanese street style is something that's been creeping more and more into our culture recently. I know in Brighton we have so many restaurants and cafes that I see every day. We've got sushi, we've got, you know, street food, everything. And I think, you know, it's a real, there's a big push on that now. What I've done here is I've mixed a rebellious kind of colour palette choice with a more commercial style, and that's what's going to make this look different and not, you know, it's a nod to those areas. It's not, that's a punk, or this is a Harajuku girl, you know, it's that mishmash, we're not quite sure. So technique-wise, I'm going to tell you a little bit about that. We have used Colourful Hair by L'Oreal. We used a mixture of the green tone, the iced mint, mixed with the sunshine yellow. Just to take away some of that bluiness, you know. I don't know if any of you use L'Oreal, but it gives me a really nice true green by just adding that tiny bit of yellow. I've also used some of the electric purple. The technique I've used has been a balayage technique, again, specifically designed for curly hair. So taking horizontal sections around the perimeter of the head, about 2 fingers depth, I've sectioned off into little squares. Each square I've treated completely differently. So I've done one with root colour, root to tip. The second one, I go root colour and then a band of pre-lightener and then back to root colour on the tip. On the third strand, we're going to use root colour and then pre-lightener all the way through. This is going to really give us that knocking colour technique together. It's not going to promote, it's going to promote shine and no frizz. Often we find with colouring curly hair, when we're highlighting, doing really fine sections, it just gets frizzy. Do you find? So this is just going to make the colours really visible and stand out within that coil.
Amazing.
Thank you, Laura. Getting back to Lindy, what I'm doing here now. Talk about the gender-free pricing and everything else. For the last 3 years of working Fashion Week, even on the men's shows in London and Paris, we've noticed that there's a lot of guys being used on the women's shows for the likes of Vetements, Balenciaga. There's been many, many women. It's a mix on the show. And actually next weekend in Paris, Vetements, there's 120 models for the show. And it's the first time ever they've ever had men and women of equal amounts mixed on the one show. But it's the women's show. So it's there's no real sort of men's, women's look about this. It's a real gender-free look.
So we were saying on the other stage a minute ago, I don't know if any of you have been to Brighton. Most people have been to Brighton. Normally had a little weekend away. And it's such a wonderful place it's really accepting. It's really, anything goes in Brighton. I was saying a lot of our clientele in the salon is bleach and tone and then crazy colours on top. Because it's just very much part of the identity of Brighton. We have obviously colourful hair, and then we use also directions as well to create all of our creative colour. If you follow us on Instagram, Simon Webster Hair, you'll see all the work we do. We often do like live stories, and we update our story every day with stuff that's going on in the salon. Because we've got a real mix of people who do all aspects of hairdressing. So it's a really nice culture in the salon. So I'm now just drying that product in. I just rounded that fringe off a little bit. I was creating that almost like kind of bowly kind of finish. And I don't want to put too many more products in because I've put in quite a few before, so we need to be careful not to lose the style. But I almost want that kind of sweaty feeling. So she's just left the rave, she's a bit sweaty, but she's cold because it's outside. And almost like she's losing control of the hair a little bit. So we're almost there. I'm going to do some texturizing.
With
How you
Lindy's
looking,
hair,
Laura?
I'm using this Wise Park soft diffuser. Really, really great for this kind of look. We do have also a pair of tights and a coat hanger, which we can actually use for the top just to flatten out its places. But this works really, really just as well, just to shape this into place. Just a little bit of spray, and the heat will form the shape within the hair.
So I just want to add to a little bit about Dan Bristol, about the culture in the salon. I think I've never worked in a salon like it. I've been with Simon Webster now for just over 7 months. And it really is amazing to be surrounded by such creative individuals from absolutely all different aspects of hairdressing. We have session stylists, we have colorists, we have people that are like amazingly talented at precision cutting. And having that pool of people that you have constant access all the time really is like an amazing environment for us all to grow as hairdressers. So I'm just dressing out my model now, Zara. Sorry, I don't mean to call you my model. So I'm just finishing off now, just creating the shape that I wanted. I've done a simple tong set and pin curled and set with, you know, these little badges. I don't know what they're called. What are they called? Pin curl clips, yeah? I mean, maybe an overshare, but I just have to add, these were my mum's when she trained as a hairdresser when she was younger. So I always take these with me. I try not to lose them. But yeah, so a simple pin curl set. And I'm just dressing it out with a wide tooth comb to not disturb too much of the curl. Again, we want to see the coil, we want to see the ringlets and the colour really pop on there. I hope that you like it.
Okay. So, I think we're just about ready to show you what we've got.
Unveil.
The unveiling. Lovely. So, if you could stand up for me, Alice.
Just for the simplicity of your client at home, rather than doing all of that complicated, I was actually a hairdresser on the school.
Amazing. So the girls are going to have a little walk around and let you have a look at what we've been doing. Thank you so much for listening this afternoon. It's great to see some of you again. Saw you before, and we'll see you again soon. All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Oh, got it.
Good afternoon. One thing. Oh, can you hear me? Oh, hi everyone. Good afternoon. So I am Sophia. I am a senior stylist. I work in the Central London salon in Covent Garden at Queen Jackson. I've been there now for 4 years. I specialise in curly hair cutting. We also specialise in organic colour and organic perming. So today I'm basically going to show you our collection of 2018, which is called Layered. So it is inspired by a lot of different references from different eras. It's all about putting texture and colour and different shapes on top of one another to create a real different illusion of different angles and different kind of shapes in the hair. So with Ella today, I'm gonna do a lovely quirky beehive. So let's go for it. So while I'm doing this, I'm going to talk a bit about Ella's hair over there. So if you want to come to the front of the stage, Ella. Ella. Do you want to come in the middle? So this one is inspired by our kind of cut that we always like to reference in the salon, which is the momu, which is the modern mullet. So we've added in the fringe and really enhanced with some colour of what's the main focus in the collection, which is a real nice peachy pink colour. And then really just kind of like exaggerated with the shape and the style of the cut to really focus that round shape, bringing it across and over directing back into the focal points of the ears to really kind of exaggerate that momu modern mullet look. So yeah. And then with Nicole over there, we actually used the curl formers this morning to create this look. And curl formers is a new kind of curl system that uses a mesh kind of twisted roller, which you just pull through on a hook, which is really great because it's really easy and simple to do yourself if you are someone that has that hair that really just doesn't kind of curl with heat. So you can kind of just dampen your hair down with a little bit of product and really simply, easily put them in. I think they're actually really great because anyone can take them home and do them. And then you can really just have a play around with all the different kind of textures and shapes that each of the different sizes make, and really just have a lot of fun. So this was just like a little reference to another one of the collection that, you know, just a bit more kind of, the actual picture was more with the fish, with the hairnet and like draped back into more of a halo shape. But we just wanted to kind of make it a bit more rounder, a bit more fresher, a bit more, you know, modern and kind of glamorous. And you could really reference and take this a lot more kind of down and make it a lot more marketable for your clients in the salon and just make it a lot more kind of night out hair or date hair, but just a lot more softer and more commercial, and it'd be great. So, and then Kira over here to my right, I mean my left, she was another reference to kind of 60s glamour, and she was my look from earlier on today, and it was my favorite kind of picture that has always inspired me is the Beyonce picture reference from the Dreamgirls. But what we actually did differently was, just come to the front stage with me, is we actually, instead of just taking it all the way straight back and keeping it kind of smooth, we wanted to just make it a little more of a focal point. So we just did a classic basket weave. So keeping a middle part in, and then just kind of took about 4 or 5, you know, weaving sections, take that up, take a little bit of the hairline back, layered that down, and then weaved again. And just to create this real kind of different texture, just to break it up so it's a bit more different, so it's not just straight back and sleek. Just to give it some more extra edge and more kind of modern, which I love it. And I think it's great, you know, anyone could really do that simple. You could do that on your client before you're going out at night for their night out, just to kind of change a look for them. I think it's great. So, yeah, just gonna finish up here.
So Sophia, I was gonna let you run that one on your own, but I thought I'd come out and have a little chat with you. So the collection today, we've just come off another stage, but you've actually managed to completely turn it around. So had you thought about this before you started?
Yeah, so obviously our reference point was this year's Salon's collection. But I really just didn't want to like just copy it exactly. Wanted to put my own little spin on it and make it a bit more different and more like kind of quirkier and just a bit more softer, I suppose, because it is quite a real strong collection. You know, if you look at the 8 images, they are all very heavy coloured, heavy cut, and sometimes it's not always, you know, what everyone likes to see. My spin on things is a lot more softer, a lot more glamorous. So I wanted to kind of show you that.
And I know we battled a bit over you changing the style with the fringe and putting the pink fringe in there, and I have to be honest, it looks really cool. And part of what Sophia was trying to say is that, you know, in the salon we put a fringe in a client if they're going out on a Saturday night, and you wanted to show how quick and easy we could do that. We literally came off the stage over on the platinum stage for Pro Hair, and we walked, had photos done, and then we've come here and she's managed to get that fringe put in there. So tell us a little bit about it. How did you prepare it and get it to there?
So just with, you know, your average pack of normal hair wefts that you can buy from any store, and literally, so obviously if anyone's cutting a fringe, you know the basics is a triangle. So you just kind of work from the structure of how wide you want to take the section, and then you cut smaller pieces going up into the triangle point, and you just use, you know, your basic kind of weave glue just to glue them together. Let that dry, left that for about 2 days, didn't want to touch it in case it broke apart. And then we went in there with our organic colour. Now organic is an amazing colour range because they actually had their own crazy colour as such, easiest way to explain it, vegetable colour called No Limits. And they had the natural colours all the way into their crazy colours. And what I did was I used the hot pink, orange, and a little bit of yellow to create this more peachy, pinky kind of colour going through it. And actually underneath the fringe I started really heavy, and as I was going along I was adding more and more conditioner and layering it through just so it really gives more texture to it, just so it doesn't look too, you know, one colour, too block, and really kind of just have fun with it. And it was great just to kind of like, me and Corinne had a right battle. It's not going to look right, not going to look right, and I was like, just watch, I'll turn it out.
I like to have a good argument over something, and I think it's also important when your younger team members are coming up and going onto stage that they need to put their own artistic expression on things, and if it doesn't work, well then we don't do it again. But I think she's actually pulled it off this time. So to recap a bit on what we've been doing, we're a salon that's it's more eco, so none of the hair today has had tongs put on it. It's had the curl formers put in, which are like a net, a tight woven net that you put into the hair with a stick. And then we've just popped them under a hooded dryer for half an hour to get this amazing texture. All the girls, except for Kira, come in with straight, long hair. So we really wanted to show how versatile and easy it is to work with more organic products in the salon, saving you money, saving on the client's hair. We're really known for it. And I know within the industry, when I first started out doing it this way, everyone's like, are you nuts? Why are you doing that? But I think it's really important that we follow through on that ethos, and it's given us a unique selling point in the area. So Sophia, do you want to recap on your 4 looks here today?
Cool. So I'll just get the lovely Ella to stand up. So with Ella, earlier on, she was just kind of more of a kind of 70s look, straight, very soft wave through it down earlier. Just wanted to show how quickly easy it is to put hair up and play around in the salon. You know, you could literally do a haircut on a client and then do a quick blow dry, prep blow dry, and just whack it up. So simple, with a bit of, you know, teasing, couple of pins, and a little play around, you know, and it looks so elegant, so simple, ready for her date night. With Kira over here, once again, I did the basket weave at the front just to kind of break up this look, give it a bit more different texture through the front, so it's a lot more quirkier. And, you know, it's sometimes I find when you look at a look and it's just one simple thing through the front, you know, change it, make it a bit more interesting, make it more, you know, detailed. I'm all about detail, especially because when I cut curly hair, it's all about finding that, you know, real kind of core structure of curl and really kind of take that different direction. Don't just do one sort of simple layer. Why don't you do 3 different layers through it and really, really create a different look throughout the hair. So again, once with this one, so we made the fringe, triangle section, coloured it in different panels, getting lighter as we go through to give it some more texture, and then with the curl formers earlier, just put them through to really create this kind of modern mullet, as we call it, the Momu texture, and just, yeah, really have fun. And then this one, lovely Nicole, who was took me forever to put the curlers in earlier, but mountains of hair, but just have real good fun and play around and just, you know, like I said earlier, you could really commercialize this and make it really ready for someone to go out if you just kind of made it a lot softer, a lot more natural, and just like, it's all about the shape with this one, I think, as well. But yeah, really had fun doing it.
Thank you, Sophia, and I think it was great you got out on stage the first time on your own today. So we're going to get the girls to do a little walk around, but first, massive thank you to Bernard, who's over there somewhere dressing more models still, to Curl Formers in front, and to Organic Colour. So, and thank you guys for being on the fellowship stage today. It's been brilliant.
Thank you, guys. That was all.
Right then, good afternoon everyone. I feel like I've been on this stage loads today, but now I get to actually do some hair. So, last one of the day, thank you for sticking around to see me waffle on and talk about hair. So with Georgie today, what I've decided to do is incorporate model's previous haircut and then working in some additions so that we can start playing around. It's a really great way if you're trying to work with a model on a shoot or a catwalk or anything that you can get lots of looks out the same model, and we're going to start working there now. So, just so you guys are aware, this is what I'm working with today. So these are the Balmain tape extensions here. We've coloured them with Matrix Quartz Pink and just had a little play around with the colour and kind of marbled it a little bit. And what we've done with Georgie today is work them into the hair. We've done a few separate different tones of it so that we can play around with the colour, and we're going to start adding them in. But they're fantastic if you want to start working in different looks. So I'm going to start this side. Work on a different side than I normally would straight away. So we're going to start working them out. So using the model's hair as a guide, obviously we're not going to cut Georgie's hair. I have promised her. I can see she's looking up there, making sure. So we're going to start working, just taking our texturizing scissors and just kind of working really jagged through. And what we're starting to look for is, and it's great that we've got this here so I can see, we're going to start working these lengths into this length and start spraying it out so that we get that juxtaposition in there. So again, pulling out. And we are going to lose quite a lot of the length because we got them a little bit longer so we can make sure that it's really, really shattered. So you can see now as we're starting to build that profile up, it will start working and we're going to get a lot of width through there. And then we start playing around, pulling it. And just make sure you look at it. Sometimes it's really important, you'll notice, I'll do it in a minute, is to step back and have a look at actually what is going on. So you can come work away, see what's happening, make sure you're getting the blend, and then when we style it out, you're not going to have any issues, you're not wasting any time. So working again. So we're just working that little bit through there. I'm going to go a little bit shorter actually. So you see, we're just working that bit. Start working this here. So like I said, when we were colouring the Balmain extensions, we were using, so we started off with a bit of a concoction of Quartz Pink and Coral Peach. Started playing around with it, trying to match it to Georgie's hair. Since I hadn't actually seen Georgie before, she had it coloured, so we were making sure. And what it does is you just get this little bit of movement in the colour. So as we start to blend it, you'll get all that blend to come through it. A little bit more. So yeah, thank you very much for all staying around to the end of the day. I know you've all been watching loads of shows, and I've been comparing some of them today, but it's been an amazing day. Watching the hair, I've been backstage a lot of it, watching everybody work and seeing them come out. It's been incredible, so I hope you've all enjoyed it today. So while I'm just filling this bit in, I'm gonna let you know, so we've had some makeup done today by Jenna Ward. Now, I had a massive issue with makeup today, and she filled in last minute, and she's done an absolutely incredible job. The outfit has been custom designed by this young lady over here, GY Design. She has made the outfit, and it's all scale mail. I even got a little one that I get to sport as well to make me look trendy. And it's all about working. The outfit is really important that the outfit, the makeup, the hair, the model, everything works. You need to get that blend, and they've done a fantastic job. See, still just blending these bits in through here. So I'm just going to have a little look at that now, make sure. Let's have a look. We'll go a little bit more actually. So like I said, yeah, keep stepping back, do little bits at a time. It doesn't matter, you can always take more off. How many times do we say that to clients all the time? We can take more off, we can't put it back on. So it's really important, we just start blending it through. So as Michelle said earlier, I've been with the Fellowship for about 8 years. I started off in Clubstar, just with my £60 membership, and I went to every event I could. I went to the opening of an envelope. Whatever they put on, I went to. I went for the Clubstar art team 3 times, never got in at all. Didn't even make finalist. They were just out you get. And then I decided I wanted to go for the Fame team, and second time I was very lucky to get in. And now I get to mentor the Clubstar art team, so it's kind of gone like full circle, and they're all sat here filling out the people for me. Thanks everyone. So they've had a really fantastic year that I've put together for them, and they're all superstars, and you need to watch this space because you've seen them here first. They're brilliant. So again, just working through here. Much better. Is it? So we're just working that bit through. I'm going to just have another little play around with it. And while we're just doing that, I'm just going to do a slight technical moment for the outfit, 2 seconds. There we go. I will sort that back out in a minute. You never know what's going to happen on stage, do you? Especially at the end of the day. So now we've got the lengths in, and we're just going to start playing around with it. Like I said, this is a really good technique if you've got a model that you need to work. I really wanted to work with Georgie, but she's trying to keep her hair long. I promised her I wouldn't cut her hair, so how do we incorporate that into the look? We're still getting something different. So we've started putting these additions.
Akinkanese, God, that show was amazing you done. Now, please, I know we had to run you down. 4 times British Hairdresser of the Year, icon to so many people, great guy, all about the cut. Now, tell us about your relationship with the Fellowship. If you can. Keep that mic close, mate. Keep that mic close.
Me go back 30, 35 years.
Yeah.
Myself, Clive and Paul, we used to be here on Broadway.
Yeah.
We were one of the first members, and we were the naughty boys. We were the ones that used to make all the noise in the background. Anne used to come over. She might as well have grabbed us by the ear and gave us a little slap telling us off.
Yeah.
We grew up with Fellowship, grew up with Anne, grew up with all those great guys. The Fellowship was our route, my route definitely, into understanding what the industry is all about.
Absolutely.
You know, the industry gave us a platform when there wasn't a platform.
Yeah.
It made us feel like superstars when all we were little hairdressers. And you know what? It bred an industry.
Yeah. But one of the things what I love about you, because I've seen your shows, and when you present a show, it's like the biggest audition. I've seen models coming out of everywhere. It's never 4 or 5, it's always 6 or 8 or 10.
Yeah.
And I know you have an artistic team, but every time I go to a fellowship show, I see Hob Academy or Education, you guys rock it.
Well, because we enjoy it. I mean, it's not about just getting the model done and be off. We all want to do a model, we all want to do our best, and it just grows from there. I mean, I've got a very, very enthusiastic team, and they love learning and developing, and we have fun, we enjoy it.
So what would you say to anybody who doesn't know anything about the fellowship, who wants to join the fellowship?
You have to be in the fellowship. I mean, I've been saying it for years, but now I can say it with a kind of a feeling that, you know, it's ridiculous not to be. It's the support for our industry that's been through thick and thin, and it still upholds all of us. It just looks after everybody, and if you have any aspirations to be in profile, on stage, teaching, education, you know, the fellowship will help you and support you to be that.
Yeah. And one thing I notice about you, and yeah, I could say it happens to me, but then again, I'm very different from you, is your collections are copied, repeated, regurgitated everywhere around the world. How does that make you feel?
Initially, it pisses me off, and then I get complimented. I feel, you know, I feel good about it, and it pushes me to go to the next stage. We have to share, we have to tell. I mean, I hate the aspects of our industry where people are keeping secrets. That's no good. No one's going to learn, no one's going to develop. It'll die. So I'm all for, yes, do what I do. It's never going to be the same as what I do anyway. It's different because I'm always moving. And it helps me to keep moving forward and develop, so I don't mind.
But what happens, because I've seen your shows, because I've seen the streaming of it in Japan and all these other, how do you feel when you're traveling internationally and saying, I'm 4 times British Hairdresser of the Year? How does that make you feel?
Extremely proud. I mean, 4's great, 5 would be better. But for me, but it's not about the 4 times for me. It's not about any of it. What it's about is keep developing. I've always got this fear that once you stop moving, you go backwards. And that's my drive, and that's what pushes me. So it's not about not being enough, but for me, it's not finished. The journey's never over for me. It's too much fun.
And how does that feel? Because I know you've mentored quite a lot of people. You've had a lot of people in your fame team, and obviously you've given people opportunities to open their own salons.
You need the acknowledgement of who you are in order to have the confidence sometimes to be committed to your opinions. Okay. And if you haven't got the acknowledgement, if you haven't got the accolades, if you haven't achieved, sometimes you think, well, people think I'm just talking stuff and they're not really listening. But when you've achieved, you feel more, what's the word? You feel more kind of authorised, and you feel more respected. You can give more kindly, and that's what it makes me feel. It makes me feel that I can be calm about what I say, and people are listening. I don't have to go into their ears. Their ears are open, and that makes me feel good.
So will you be president one day?
But you know what? I'd love to be president. I'd love to be part of this industry until I'm 85 years old. If I get the time. At the moment, I'm working really hard on our business. Hobby's growing, hobby's developing. I've got an amazing team that needs developing. I need to push the next generation through. Our salons, as you know, we've got 25 of them. I also enjoy management development, and it's a difficult time in our industry, so it takes a lot of work and a lot of focus. So I'm busy.
So what's your calendar now in the next 6 months?
Well, it was meant to be getting easier, but every time I try and make my calendar easier, it gets harder. So I'm going to be doing more travelling, I'm going to be doing more shows. I want to do more with my managers. I love learning about people. I love learning about how to best help people to develop. I don't know.
I heard a rumour one of your kids were
one of my boys
getting into
well, actually, Errol, you're one of the people that actually encouraged me to bring one of my sons into the industry, and he's working at one of our branches now.
Wow, how old is he?
He's 18.
What?
Yeah, it's not easy. He's finding it hard, of course, with his dad and Kenizi and whatever. But you know what? He has to get through it. I don't want to. As well as being a help to him, I'm actually a bit of a hindrance, unfortunately, because of people expect a lot from him. But you know, hopefully he'll come out stronger for it.
Well, put it this way: if he's anything like you, and I know how tenacious you are, and you just keep pushing it, in the respect of education and what you stand for, he's going to be a legend. So thank you very much, Akin.
Errol, thank you.
And I keep saying, this guy, you know, we're friends, but I always watch his work. I love his photography. I love everything education. I love it. But thank you very much. Michelle Griffin, how are you? Looking beautiful.
Errol Douglas, I'm fine, thank you. Thank you for the compliments.
Honestly, your hair. We're going to touch on that later.
Yeah.
Simon Tugwell, you look like you've just come off stage.
I've literally just come off the stage about a minute ago, so I'm still a little bit warm and on a bit of a buzz from just coming off.
What did you present?
Incredible. So I did a little look for myself, incorporating hair additions into the model just to get a few different little looks. Also, she didn't want me to touch her hair, so I had to work out how I was going to work it around and just play around with it. So it was really good fun.
It's fun. I was watching you on your Instagram and I saw how that was made. That's incredible.
Yeah, it's incredible, isn't it? So,
do you see that?
I know. Amazing.
I know. So the outfit was made by Grace York. She made the outfit all scale mail. She's made me a little spare one for me.
He's matching his model.
It's a little belt buckle, and it was all. But it was the whole point was the whole look. So from head to toe. The whole thought, it has to be a thought process. You can't just throw them in.
Amazing.
And I think she looked amazing.
She does, and like I said, it's great to see you on stage. And I always follow you on Instagram, so I know what you did.
I love it when he says that.
But Michelle, our own beautiful Michelle, council member and project leader, and we're going to get to you again with your project leader.
Vice Chancellor.
Excuse me, Vice Chancellor. Errol. Vice Chancellor. So tell us, because I know you're a busy person, but I want you to tell me about your X-Colour project role, because you really lifted.
Yeah, so when I took over Colour Project, it was very difficult to get people to join and be part of it. So as a council member, I got given the job and spent 3 years with Colour Project. Absolutely loved it, found my passion for colour. And yeah, I mean, it's amazing now, isn't it? It's amazing Colour Project. Yeah. It really is.
You've left your legacy.
Yeah, have I? Thank you.
You have.
Thank you.
It's more organised. Their goals, they have targets and aims.
That's really nice to know. But I'm watching Chris, so he's doing an amazing job.
Yeah.
He really is.
So, moving on, because I'm going to obviously keep switching back.
Yeah.
Project. You're one of our youngest.
Yeah,
as well.
so I'm Club Star Art Team Leader, and maybe I am one of the youngest.
I think
That's quite
you
nice.
and Ashley.
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic.
And actually, sorry, I should say Leanne.
Yes.
Reagan as well.
Yeah, so this is my second year of the Club Star Art Team, and I mean, we did the judging together, and it was phenomenal. We normally only have 6, we had 8 this year.
Wow.
Because the standard.
Really hard to choose, wasn't it?
So difficult, and they're also so well-rounded already. So they were presenting back to me the first time I met them, and it's like they've been on stage already. So
and you know, with that year, with me next week.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we're up at Michelle's place next week.
To my salon.
It's been amazing to watch them grow already and know that this is just the start of their career, and I've been a little part of it, and I get to push them.
Do you realise, and I think it's a credit to you, Simon, you have 2 really amazing ones so far. Because obviously, you know, I do a bit with Evangeline Barrett.
You do.
But also, which I'm really, really proud of, Ellie's just gone flying. Ellie you
I
bond.
know, that's my little proud dad moment to see them from the first day I met them, and now they're doing that. Ellie's on the Fame team, and it's all about just pushing in the education. It's more credit to the mentors, actually.
Yeah, absolutely. And also because I know what you were doing before, and especially what you're doing, Michelle. I've seen you on stage hosting, but at the same time, you're always doing shows, you're always with your art team.
Yeah, I love it. I'm very passionate about the industry, and I'm really passionate about the fellowship. So it's something that I'm going to be part of till the day I die. I just absolutely believe in it and love it. It's an amazing platform for young people and salon owners.
Yeah.
So for me, it's pushed my career
But
up.
also, let me just touch upon the businesswoman, because obviously, you know, you give your time to us and it's for free, but at the same time you've just launched an extension brand.
Yes.
And you're very international. You're going around, every time I see you, you're going bloody somewhere.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about that.
So basically, being part of the fellowship, I don't even know how many years I've been a member now, and I'm on the council, but for me it's given me a platform, and I've gone from educating hair extensions to going international with it, to having my own brand now called Locksbox. So
Locks who?
Locksbox.
Say it again.
It's locks in a box. Easy. But I teach every system across the board, and all of my extensions show that. I've got an amazing range of colours, and the hair's fantastic. So I'm really lucky that I'm now getting distributors in different countries as well. So it's kind of going worldwide. I'm doing a lot of work in Dubai and Abu Dhabi.
Good luck with that. I know
yeah,
you're a
love
fellow
it.
Capricorn and you work,
Yeah.
work. Now, Simon, you're always doing different things, and you know, I think you chariot, and I'm not going to use that word, but I will. You're definitely a millennial. And you
I think I'm like I'm the last of being a millennial. I think
you're still.
I was the cut-off.
And you've got a lot of followers. People love you. They talk about you.
I'm quite lucky with it because it's all. I'm not just saying it because I'm here. It's all been because of the fellowship. I wouldn't have it.
Are you really here?
Yeah, I am here. I wouldn't. The fellowship. I was saying on stage. I started off in Club Star as just a member and went to everything. I went to the opening of an envelope if I could with the fellowship. We're doing it. And that really helped me, and then I made relationships with people like you guys. I call friends now, and I have pushed it, and that's why I give so much back to the fellowship. You know, like we said, we do everything for free. It's on our time because we genuinely love it, and we love being part of something together. And I'm hoping it's going to carry on,
I think
and I'm going to get further.
WhatsApp,
we have still got our WhatsApp group,
good.
but I'm going to keep pushing on. Build up with a fellowship. Like I said, it's only been 8 years, so here's what I can achieve.
But he's
hopefully.
inspirational, isn't he? He's an inspirational young person, and I love that about you.
How old are you?
29. I'm 30 in April.
Still young.
You've
Still
done
young.
so much.
Yeah,
I'm getting there.
No,
I hope
you have.
so.
You have done a lot. It's quite interesting when, you know, I've been speaking to quite diverse people, and it's not necessarily I'm clocking, I'm seeing what they're doing, but you can see, you know, and at the end of the day, you're just evolving, and that's
Yeah,
amazing.
it's been a really nice journey to be on, and I'm hoping it's going to get better and better.
Oh, it will.
And here's hoping.
Yeah.
Of course it will.
But Michelle, one of the things, because I know you always, and one of the things which was our legacy was kind of getting the fellowship up north.
Yeah.
So please tell us a little bit about that. I know we're at Pro Hair Live, but that's totally different from what we were doing.
It is. I mean, we put members' nights on. We have masterclasses. That's the biggest thing at the moment. Everybody wants to be part of the masterclass.
Yeah.
So it's been happening in Scotland.
Yeah.
We've took it to Cardiff.
Yeah.
We've took it to Leeds, Manchester.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been fab, and it's building up and building up.
Yeah.
You know, not everybody wants to keep travelling down to
No.
London.
No.
And as a northerner, I'm a Midlands person, but I still see myself as a northerner.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the things, kind of speaking to people, the diversity of the fellowship is not South-centric anymore.
No.
And you've played a big role in that.
Yeah, I think because I was originally from London and moved up to Nottingham, so I'm in the Midlands. So we're really championing it.
You
so
only
all
said
of
that so you can do it. Now you're
I know.
Can
all
we
of
have
my
a Birmingham event? That'd be
yeah,
good,
well, all
wouldn't
of my
it?
Club Star events are being held at the Mentors' hometown, shall we speak? Because I really want to push that to let's have events out somewhere so people feel they can get involved. And so we're at Michelle's in Barnt Green next week, and it's really to help push the name everywhere so people can feel it's more approachable and more involved, and it's a bit more user friendly. Well, hopefully that'll do.
To wrap this up. Thank you very, very much,
Thank
Michelle.
you, Errol.
Thank you, Errol.
so
Thanks for
much.
having us.
Thank you, Simon. honestly, you guys, you do a lot for the fellowship, and I thank you. Our president, thank you. Our chair lady, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you. We're here with the beautiful Ria Kulik. Now, I know you've been working on GHD and you're always working. What does the fellowship mean to you, and how did you get involved?
Oh God, the fellowship really is, for me and my mum as well, Laura, a hub of just extraordinary hairdressers and people who are like-minded, who just want to work together. And it's great to be involved in something like that because you grow a lot more by speaking to other people. I've learned over the years of being a hairdresser that being involved in things like this and events, it does you good.
Yeah, and again, it's one of these things where you see people evolved.
Yeah.
And I think you tried out for the Fame team quite a few times.
No,
it just the once?
My first time.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
I must have been seeing you on stage, but okay.
Yes.
So what did it mean when your name was called out at the fellowship luncheon?
I was really shocked.
Yeah.
Like I was expecting to have to do it again and again and again, but actually it was amazing because it gave me the confidence that actually, you know what, I am ready for this. So
yeah.
it was good. I was really happy.
Well, put it this way, I know you've been busy all day.
Yeah.
I've been trying to
It's been a
get
long
you
day.
under the hood. The Fellowship Live Lounge, of course. But one of the things what I've noticed about you is, like, I know you're such a fine artist. It's how you do hair. I love it. You make it look easy.
Thank you. Oh, thank you. Well,
you do.
You as well. You know, you're the legend here, Errol.
No. You are. This is your time.
Thank you. Well, yeah. I mean, I think it just comes down to how I was trained. Really, I really love.
Was you trained by your mum or family?
Yeah, both. So my mum trained me, but then obviously, went to the college and trained like that. But Matrix actually really helped me as well through my training years because we did craft, where they go, really kind of into everything, and that for me is the way I love to learn. I love to learn how to do everything, and I want to know why I'm doing it as well, which is really the reason why I love hairdressing as well. I like all the technical stuff, so I like being finicky.
When you were on the Fame team, did you specialise in both? Because do you do colour and cutting, or?
Yeah, so I'm a bit of an all-rounder, to be honest. I love my colouring. I love colour. I love seeing colour on stage. But at the same time, I love my styling, and I love a great cut as well. I like it all, but you just need to make it all come together on stage.
So where do you go now, Ria? What's on the cards? Because I always say this, and we had our day. I always say life after the Fame team. But then again, it's your life. So what's your plan for the next couple of years, or where do you see yourself?
It's a difficult question, is that wrong? It's looking into the future. I think for me, really, I just want to make sure that I get that good balance between being in the salon and also doing things like this and events. And I want to be able to show my skill to other people, and hopefully people kind of learn from me one day as well, and see what I'm doing and start to get my trend going as well. But yeah, I think it's important for me this year to try out as much as I possibly can, and then at the end of it really kind of hopefully come to an end decision of what I really want to go for in the future, in the next 5-10 years, whatever.
Well,
but me and Mum will always work together as well.
From my point of view,
yes.
You are one of those pioneers, because I know a lot of people look up to you. And I'm not saying just the age thing, but you know, you're tenacious and you've done a lot. But at the same time, I know we want to see you more on our stages. So do not ever give up.
No,
you know,
I definitely will not be doing.
Beacons.
Yeah.
And you know, you're everything what we stand for in the fellowship.
Thank you.
So thank you very much, Ria.
Thank you, Errol.
Okay.
Thank you very much for having me.
Thanks. Oh, we haven't got a glass. We can say this is the end. This is the end.
It's alright. It's live.
Oh my God!
We're still live.
We're still live. Now.
Choice of live TV, hey?
What a couple of 2 days.
Oh, it's been absolutely incredible. It's been great up here in Manchester, but also equally looking on our Instagram stories of what the team in London have been doing. I think, you know, we've had a total social media takeover for the fellowship this last 2 days.
Our digital promise is really happening, I think. It's been great. I hopefully we could keep continuing this forward.
So is this a dream come true, especially with the Fellowship Live Lounge?
Definitely.
Oh yeah, to see it, you know, from when we brainstormed the idea at the end of last year to kind of coming together and bringing it here to Pro Hair, and everybody, the comments that we've had from all the, you know, our members and our sponsors that have been here at Pro Hair as well, and all the other people that have come to the exhibition. You know, it's just been incredible. It's been a fabulous 2 days.
I think you guys have given more of an audience to your members, and what I love about this is, like, you know, you can talk to people, they can be honest, but at the same time everybody knows the fellowship in some ways helped them or helped their careers.
Yeah, no, it's
great. People come along to watch us, haven't they? And they've all wanted to be part of it. That's why I was just waving then.
Yeah.
And Barton saying goodbye. You went back on again then.
I think he did.
Did he find his jacket?
He never found his jacket.
He never found his jacket. It's too small for me, even though I'd like it.
No, but it's just, it's been a great launch platform for the Live Lounge, and as both Corinne and I have said over the last couple of days, it's going to be on tour. The next place you'll see the Live Lounge is at the Masterclass, and then continuing through all of our, all our major
network. I'm going to plug that again. 9th of April. Get your tickets.
I've got my tickets.
But we've talked about how we're going to evolve it, what other things we're going to do with the Live Lounge this year at the event. So it's kind of watch out now, watch this space.
Well, what I've noticed, especially on the stage, because I think it's a bit more intimate. I think people can break down. I like how it's configurated and you can see what's going on. But the comments, I always listen to the comments when people come off stage, and they've just been electrifying because they can see and it's more open.
Yeah.
So was that part of the plan?
Yeah, no, it's of course it was. I think we changed the style of the platform at Salon International, and it really worked, and all of our members that were on the stage really loved it. So coming to Pro Hair, we wanted to kind of create the same environment, and obviously work on the digital part as well. So Facebook, it's been incredible to see all the shares and the likes, and the number of people that we've reached that are not at this exhibition around the UK, and also interaction from people around the world as well.
Amazing.
And at the luncheon we said we were going to make a difference, and I think we really are starting to make a difference. So it's exciting. So thank you, Pro Hair Manchester.
President, you are the difference. The difference is here. You're doing everything now. We love it.
Well, we're a great team.
Yeah,
a really great team.
Great team. We've got some great, help with all of our council members, that are behind us, and events team as well. So and the office
Herman,
as well.
Who's got all the lineup, and all the guys at HJ London, and it's just been an amazing weekend.
Yeah.
So last word.
Oh, last word from the president.
Amazing. Love the fellowship.
And we'll see you all very soon.
See you very soon. President's Night.
President's Night. Yeah.
I'm out of here. Oh.